So what was the first thing you figure out? Oh, this is different.
Just by watching, you figure out quickly who the older guys are. And we had great older guys. I mean, Daeho was great. Mooney, me and him got along well. Minho, my first year, was awesome. I guess in spring camp, just the the repetitiveness of some drills, and luckily it wasn't too bad for me. But you'd see some guys go out for night swings, and I'm like, what are we doing? And that was totally new to me to see that kind of situation. But overall, I mean, baseball is baseball. I always like to say there's a third language spoken between English, Korean, and then the third language being baseball. So, through that we were able to get through everything, and we had a great time playing together. No, so coming over from the U.S. and that culture of celebrations is growing rapidly. So I brought it to them, and they were on board. So I think it was fun, and I think the fans enjoyed it, and it's a good way to celebrate a win. I mean, that's why you're out there playing, is to win baseball games. So, by the end of it, you have fans that want to do the ceremony with you. I would say it had more to do with me bringing it over than it did with them, but, we had a good time with it.
And here is a hard question again.
Okay.
You're on the second base.
Yeah.
And you have to choose your short. Mooney versus Bongi.
Yeah. I can't make that decision. I think
there's a no for this room.
Both those guys are great baseball players, and both of us, communicated well together. And I think last year was Bongi's first year as a full-time guy in the big leagues, and playing every day. So he was trying to figure himself out too. So both those guys, they're great baseball players, and I would gladly step on the field with either of the two.
So you
That's
just mentioned about Bongi more, so can you say hi to Mooney? That's right.
Mooney Hyung, I miss you, man. Me and Mooney are really close. We were locker mates our first and second year, so I got to see him every day, and we talk about his family. He has a little boy, and he was. I appreciate everything Mooney did for me, and he's a tough guy. I'll leave it at that. And we got really close when we were in Yokohama together for rehab.
Oh.
Yeah. So we would take the train every day to our appointment and hang out, and we would use the Papago app to talk to each other.
Without translator, you and
we had no translators. Yeah.
Oh.
So I think going through that, we bonded really, really well together, and then I think Bongi played a lot this year. So
yeah.
We call that bromance in Korea.
Yeah.
Bromance.
Yeah. I would say, both those guys were awesome, and I really enjoyed their company, both of them. After games, home or away?
Both.
Both?
Home first.
Home.
Nick Ju. Nick Ju.
After home games, there was a ton of restaurants. We had a handful of restaurants that we went to, but we'd go out to eat, head up the mountain. Living in Sanyanyega, it was after some games, you're pretty tired, and then you realize you have to walk up a mountain to finish your day, and that was
that's hard.
A little exhausting. The Korean barbecue is so good there, and so after the games, it was straight to Korean barbecue. Away games, I guess mostly not. I guess less than away games, unless my wife was there. We would, when Kate was in town, we would go find a Korean restaurant, Korean barbecue, or go see the city a little bit, hang out. But if she wasn't there, I'd just go eat the team meal, shower up, and
stay in the room.
Stay in the room, watch TV. I brought my PlayStation over there. I think that was a lifesaver. Lots of video games and Netflix. Those two things were what we did all the time. So, you know, we ended up finding our own spots that we liked in every city. I would say the hardest city was Gwangju. We just, and I've heard Gwangju has the best food.
Yeah, but the location of the hotel is
Makes
like
things difficult.
middle of nowhere.
Right. So unless you know where you're going, which we didn't, that makes things difficult. So the cities with things close by made things a lot easier. I think Daejeon this year actually had a ton of restaurants close by. Changwon has a lot of restaurants next to the hotel. Samsung doesn't have much.
Oh yeah.
Incheon has some places. A lot of times we were either having to take a translator to get us by, or we were just winging it and hoping we were going to get some good food.
Well, without translator, right?
Yeah, I got to the point where I was able to figure out what I wanted to eat. You know, I could get into a restaurant and order as long as they had what I hoped they did have. You know? So, yeah, just looking back at it and you know, learning how to order and go out on our own, and just kind of Korea is such a safe country that, you know, we felt safe going anywhere and
In the nighttime.
right, figuring out something to eat.